Hello. We're all like super like cozy and you can like see us all cozy. Anyways, welcome to our kind of homesteading. We're your hosts, Sherry.
And Shauna.
And as you can tell, we only have one microphone
It's like a flashback to our yesteryears.
today.
But like
So fucking annoying. I
and
swear we like
it's my fault though. I forgot our regular computer, so we had to use a different computer, but then when we hooked everything up, then one micro anyways, you guys don't care, but it's irritating and I'm irritated
and
with
lately
myself.
it's been like it's something lately. I don't know. I know it's both of us combined.
You're being nice. It's mostly me. I don't have a
No.
brain lately. Like literally, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take my brain out. I'm gonna leave it over here. Don't need that anymore.
Put that in my back pocket for later. Or not.
Or
I'm gonna
not,
leave it.
because I'll probably forget that it's there. Like honestly,
Uh.
it's driving me crazy. Can we like put this up more? Is that better?
Yeah.
Can you? You're gonna have to like.
Lean
You
in.
want me to hug you? Is that
No, it's so
uncomfortable
hot.
for
I
you?
can't even.
You want me to hug you?
It's hideous. Oh, obviously we can take away a table and put the table in.
Oh.
the
So we're gonna figure this out while we are, during our podcast. It's very hard for us.
Whatever.
To
You guys
share
are
a
you guys
brain.
are fine. We're the ones doing it all. You're just sitting there listening, cooking, doing something amazing.
I know.
Drinking a cup
Are you
of
doing
wine.
something amazing? I'm jealous. I want to do
course
something
they are.
amazing. I want
Well,
wine and cooking.
I guess a lot. I
I don't like wine, but I'll take it. Honestly. Anyway, so it's fall where we are at. It's fall time.
Yeah.
And
Even though our kids are actually seriously swimming right now. It's so yeah.
like
if that
literally
just
while
gives
we're
you an
podcasting,
idea.
our kids are in the pool.
Yes.
Obviously being supervised, but by our younger
But
sister.
that's how that's how hot it is. It's just like it's very warm.
It
So
is really
fall,
warm.
but not the temperature I would like.
I know. It
We're in
picked
like-
up for
I'm
a
in,
second,
like,
and it was
tank
like
tops and shorts
raining,
still.
and it was all like
I
super
know,
awesome.
and you're like, it. And how does Starbucks always align it with the weather whenever when they release their pumpkin spice latte? It's truly amazing. I was like, maybe
When
it's
it
just
was
in our
raining?
area. Yeah, it was like when it was fall weather. They're like today releasing it today. It was amazing.
And you're like, that sounds perfect.
I don't even
in every
really
way.
like the pumpkin spice lattes,
But you get it.
but I get it.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
you do.
Of course you do.
Subliminal messages. Anyway, so we are like a lot of the times like so our gardens or my garden is still like churning out veggies and stuff like that, but I'm not paying as much attention to it as I do in like the dead of summer, like you kind of like fall back a little bit. Fall back.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a very cute joke.
Uh,
It's not
Yeah, well.
nearly as hot, but I mean, I have like plants that still need to get watered. Like I should have watered today. Haven't yet. Whoops.
I cut back watering. I'm only watering like every couple days.
Yeah.
I even started cleaning up like my tomato bed. Like I took out all the tomatoes that weren't really. I didn't think they were going to produce a bunch because they were the ones that got frostbite early on in the season. And even though they came back, like usually they're not like huge producers because the plant had it was trauma as a child. So it's like, fuck you. And so
I was traumatized. It was your
So
fault.
rip those fuckers out. Like,
That's
get out
right.
of here. So I started cleaning up the beds, and I'm planning. I haven't planted my garlic yet because mostly I'm a slacker. I haven't had time, and I feel like we're gonna have a later frost date. So I was like, I could push it a little bit. Like I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Or you also forgot.
well, same. But so just trying to get stuff done, but I feel like things get a little bit slower like around the homestead. Like you feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can
Oh,
take
yeah.
more of like but at the
Yeah.
same time, like at least for us, our lives are so chaotic and crazy that it's like you can't really take a breath. Like, and you still feel like things aren't getting done in time.
So I'm planning to take a breath when we go to Disneyland.
Such a good breath.
Such a good breath. And now don't get me wrong. I know it's like a workout, like you're walking like a bajillion miles per day, and that by the time you like walk back to your hotel room, we always get like a hotel room like right across the street. But still, that like crossing the street, it's like it's death. And but that is when I don't feel like I can ever really take a breath. I mean, I don't know. There's just okay, fine. The gardens. I mean, my garden has been going forever because I like ripped everything out in a moment of hysteria.
Rage.
Yeah.
Pregnant rage.
Yeah, because I had all those things happening, and I was like, with the garden and just,
You're like, fuck
anyways.
you, fuck your mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
I get it. I
yes.
get it. We've
And I
all
was
been there.
so happy to rip it all. And
It
my
was
older boys,
therapeutic.
it was. And my older boys are like, "What happened to all your plants?" I'm like, "I ripped them out
They're burning over
because
there.
I hate them." And
How are you guys?
yeah.
Uh,
So, all the milking still happens, and like all the things, all the animals stuff, all the, oh, that fence is broken. Great. Oh, that's broken. Oh, that animal needs this, and this animal needs this. Oh, that chicken needs this.
uh,
I don't know. There's never slow down.
no, for sure. But I feel like the season like requires you to like like take a beat. At least like I want to. I want to like sit on my porch more often because like in the summer
Yeah.
it's so fucking hot. You don't feel like you really get those like moments unless you're like getting up super early or you stay up really late, which we do as well. Like you don't get those moments of like peacefulness because it's like fucking hot.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But anywho, so we've talked about this before, but we wanted to mention like this is definitely the time if you haven't started to get, especially if you're in a colder climate where you're like snow's a coming, you have to start like cleaning out all your pens, getting their hay ready. If you need to prep anything, like if you know that you are in a snowy environment, or if your power is going to go out, make sure your generator has fuel in it. Make sure you have some feed stocked up in case you can't get out to the feed store. Just like little things like that. But our good friend Tegan, she's a listener, and she was mentioning how she was having issues in her barn with rats, and she said they're like huge. She lives in like New York, right?
Yeah.
And so she said she has huge rats in her barn, and I I never had like huge rats where we're at, but
Yeah.
we have had obviously mice, and I was telling her because I was giving her some
Advice?
thank you.
Good. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm just gonna sit here and just like put in like one word or two. Because like literally I'm so hot, like I cannot be sitting this close to you. No
Oh,
offense.
sorry.
I love you
None taken.
more than life itself, but
Well, I'm a little
yeah.
offended now that you said no offense. I wouldn't have been that one.
But that's okay because I said no offense.
Anyways, but so she was saying that she's having issues with these huge rats in her barn, and I was like trying to give her some advice, and obviously, so like we've talked about like pests in your garden area, but we've never really mentioned them outside of that. And so we wanted to go over a few things that while you're doing your fall prep, it's always a good idea. So like, and I'm totally hypocritical here because like my barn is a fucking mess right now. Like it needs to be cleaned out. There's feed
We
everywhere.
know what needs done, and we're gonna tell you what needs done.
It's a
Yeah.
reminder for you. I'm gonna definitely get it done. We don't have like snow approaching or anything. It's not
Yeah,
like we're
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
hurry up. But like, and so another reason I do not have mice in my barn. I don't. Never. I haven't seen one in a couple years now. Since this is not a coincidence, my chickens moved in. I had chickens move into our feed barn,
Yep.
and it's and they like to sleep in there and stuff like that. And so since they moved in, I do not see mice anymore. And so that is not only because they will eat the mice, which is gross, but they disturb everything. You know how they're always scratching at the ground, and they'll scratch at the hay on the ground, and they're just always disturbing things. So there's no way for them to like nest anywhere. And the chickens get fucking everywhere. Have you ever seen them? And you're like, you back behind this thing, and you think, oh, that's where mice live, and your chickens are back there like sitting on a clutch, and you're like, God damn it. Like,
yeah.
they're
Yeah,
just
definitely.
like crazy. So I think, and I know that chickens can come with their own set of like,
Well, but no, but they're not like pests. Like they're not gonna, oh, gnaw into the grain bags, and they don't like leave all their droppings. They don't carry rabies. you know. So
Huntavirus.
yeah, seriously. And so there's a lot of problems having mice, like especially in
Mice
an
are so cute, though.
infestation. Okay, they're not cute when they're in your fucking house though, or like
They're
in the
kind of
barn,
adorable.
or around your kids, and you're like, ew. Like my cats would just like sit at the front of my pantry and just be like, "Mom, there's a mouse in there." And I'm like, "Yes, go get it.
It's like,
Why
we're
do
not
I
allowed
have
to
you?"
eat animals in the house, though. We get scolded for that.
And Spike would sit there and cock his head back and forth. And he would look at me like, "There's something in there. Did you know?" I'm like,
Should
"Oh
we
my
be
god."
worried? That's cute.
So ridiculous. But the chickens, hands down, they will 100% eat them. I mean, I've seen my chickens eat snakes before, and so anything that moves, they're gonna fucking eat it. And then having also cats, of course,
Having
like
cats.
more than one house cat. Like I have one house. We have three house cats. The one is like an excellent hunter. And then we have a lot of outdoor cats, and they're all very very good at hunting. And then
Outside of the home.
yes, outside like the barn and stuff. And we don't see. I don't. I
They
mean,
won't
we
hunt
don't
them
ever see
inside.
mice like at all, and especially like rats. Do you remember when we first moved in? We
Yeah.
had that rat like infestation,
Mhm.
like over by the chicken coop.
Mhm.
It was
And
insane.
they were pretty big, actually.
They were very very large.
Yeah.
But ever since we had, but see,
Moving in the chickens.
moving in the chickens, and then we started free ranging them because
Mhm.
before we weren't free ranging them. Remember?
Mhm.
And then once they started free ranging, like the rats were just like not really a problem anymore at all, and they just moved on or were killed and eaten. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Like honestly, it's kind of weird to like when I think about it because I never thought I had like a mouse problem. I was like, oh, we have mice in the barn, but you expect it where feed is, and so like obviously like cleaning up, like I was saying before, like making sure like we have trash cans that our feed bags go into, and then the trash
Yeah.
lids go on top
Yes. Ditto.
to so our feed bags aren't just sitting out. Most people have like some kind of feed bin or something, but if
Oh,
you're
sorry.
trying to think, it's a cheap way. They're easy to clean out, like
Yeah.
whatever. And so those sit inside, and those are always closed. And then if feed gets on the ground and you don't have chickens in there, like because there's no feed on our ground because our chickens literally, if something drops on the ground, they're eating it.
Right. Exactly.
Whatever feed it is, whether it's their feed, the goat feed, like they're like,
Yes.
this is for me, and I'm
Yes.
eating it.
Well,
So
but and then that keeps the mice away.
it does. It
So you're
does.
not gonna have mice moving in, and like
Sorry.
it's okay. And so like in I milk in a trailer that my husband like nicely kind of converted into like a milking parlor for me, and the goats, the little assholes, and they put their nose into the feed and they push it around because of course, why is the bottom of the feed any better than the top of the feed? Like no one
They
knows.
just want to
Whatever.
make sure you put enough in their bowl.
Yeah, it's Leah mostly. She's
They're
a
testing it.
huge bitch, and so she's lucky she gives me the most milk. And so, anyways, she moves the grain around and it falls everywhere, so it's just littered all over the ground under their stanchion. So I let the chickens in. Like when I'm done milking, I'm like, come on, get in there, eat all that stuff up, so that I don't have a mouse problem in the trailer because, no.
Yeah. So I was gonna say though, so the only annoying thing with them and our hay barns, like, and our goat barn, they're like attached. They're the same, right? So the only problem is that they will poop on like the alfalfa and stuff, which
Well, and that's why I let them in for a moment, and then they are shooed away. Like you've eaten all of it, okay, goodbye. Because
well,
like
they sleep in there. So the only thing that we could do is just cover up the alfalfa, which is pretty simple.
you should just like make
getting
like
a
a
tarp.
like a taller table and then just like stick it under the, put like just a top over it essentially with legs.
Yeah, that's a good
You know what I
idea.
mean?
That's a good
And
idea.
then the chickens, if they poop, it just goes right onto the board.
Yeah, we just cover it, and then, or I can, if I stick it on the other side of the barn, it's fine. Sometimes they'll jump up, but it's not like they're like sleeping above it or
Right,
anything.
right, yeah.
Anyway, so if you really don't want to put chickens in your barn or wherever you have a mouse problem, which I understand, like sometimes it's not feasible or whatever. There are other deterrents. Jerry talked about barn cats, which can be a huge deterrent. Obviously they eat them. But the other thing is, and this works for the garden too. What's the gross soap? Irish Spring soap.
Oh yeah.
You cut that up and put it in little baggies and put it around in the corners. And they don't like the smell. It's so strong for them that they usually stay away from it. So, and then the mice and rats, because they don't have great eyesight, they always stay close to like the walls and like the corners. And so that's why they have their long whiskers to feel along the walls. And so if you put it, kind of just sprinkle it along the edges
Like the
of,
perimeter
thank
of
you.
whatever you're trying to keep them out of.
Words are
Inside and
hard.
outside. And then obviously the great thing about the Irish Spring soap is that you're not gonna have any other animals coming around eating that. Even if like let's say you do have chickens, they might try to peck at it, but they're gonna stop instantly once they realize it's not food.
And
And
that it's
so
soap.
yeah, exactly. And so it's
Or they can get
it's
some
it's a good
chickens that
deterrent.
start blowing bubbles. It'd be really cool.
Like,
Look, a new party trick. So I think chickens, I think they help more than they, cause issues, at least in my opinion. Like but I'm never like, oh, really like worried. I'm not like, I don't know. Like we
Yeah,
used
I
to,
would say if you're like if you're on the line between like do I get chickens, do I get cats? I think either one is a really good deterrent, but also I feel like chickens are just so fucking easy. Whereas like with your cats, obviously if they're eating live things, they're gonna have to be wormed, and you might get a cat that has to be wormed all the fucking time, and it can get very um obnoxious like that way. So
I think you should get both because it's fun. Cats, chickens. If
Shauna's like,
you're
I vote for it all.
if you're thinking about getting either one, go get both. Go adopt 2 cats though. Don't just get one because that's boring and weird. Get 2 cats, 4 chickens at least, if not 6. You'll eventually have more anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Just ask Shauna. She'll tell you how many to get.
Yeah, and then just just get over it, and don't worry about like that they're causing messes or whatever. Just get over it. Just get over it.
Well, I mean, any animal's gonna cause messes, like that's just I
Inevitable.
mean, we've mentioned that before. If you do not like messes, homesteading is more than likely not for you. Or kids.
If dirt or poop make you queasy, maybe you're listening to the wrong show.
Oh, they can still listen. They just
still
probably shouldn't
appreciate you
have a
listening.
homestead. That's right. Like,
Yeah,
because you will get very irritated very quickly. Like my house, I just actually cleaned this morning just because I was like really in the mood to clean. I'm in like a nesting phase, I think.
yeah,
and you're like
Sherry's still pregnant. Is
yeah,
that crazy?
still. It hasn't been 9 months technically.
Well,
Isn't that crazy?
You're huge, so
Yeah,
whatever.
and so I clean, and then but sometimes I wonder why. Why do I clean? Because it's just gonna be a mess tomorrow. The floors, the table. Do you know how much cat hair is on my tables? It's weird.
Oh.
Like wiping it down today before the kids got up, like for breakfast, because like ew, they're not eating. What is happening?
Cat
And
hair is most of our diet.
it was incredible.
We would all starve without it.
Like it was incredible.
It's our filler.
I could have probably made a cat with the cat hair coming off my table from my sponge. I was like, what the fuck? And I walked up this morning, and I got the baby's her little bassinet already, right? And then, and I fucking knew it. And I come up this morning, and Gracie's laying there like, thank you for the bed. And I'm like, get the fuck out of there! It's not for you.
She's like, this is nice.
Comfies, cozies.
That is hilarious.
Yes, she's like looking up at me all sleepy, like,
Bad
thank
kitty.
you. I had a wonderful night's sleep. I was like, I'm fucking killing you.
That's funny.
Yes.
You are in your nesting phase. You're all like cleaned out your closet.
Yeah, I
It's
totally
cute.
am.
But it's still like I don't know why. I still have like I know like even looking at you like obviously you're pregnant and you're gonna have a baby and we had like a baby shower and like obviously like you're having a baby, right?
Yes.
And it's not like it's the first time either. So like your
No.
6th time. But like when you say like I got the baby's bassinet, I automatically thought like, oh, that's weird. She put a bassinet for Sparrow. Like that's what went through
You're
my
like,
brain.
is she over that often down there? I mean, at your house, is she? I don't know.
I was like, I don't know if that's necessary.
That is
So
hysterical.
I was like, oh no, she's having a baby. It's for her baby.
That's the baby in
It's
there.
for her baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sherry's still pregnant and being all like, it's fall and stuff, which is actually a great time to have a baby.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, it is. I mean,
You don't-
anytime is.
You don't have any fall babies.
Yeah, well, no, and you know what? We don't have anybody in the family that has a birthday in October.
Which is
Did I nail it or did I nail it? Like,
You
good
did.
job.
You
Wasn't
did.
planning on it. Wasn't
You
trying.
did.
But holy shit, I nailed it.
Because we have one every other month,
Every other fucking month
at least one.
of the year, at least one birthday, and most of the time it's at least actually two
And
birthdays.
this is like our close family, like our siblings, our parents, and
yeah.
then the kids. Like we cover like every month.
I mean, there's
of the
17
year.
of us, so obviously, yes, we're
Yeah.
gonna cover
And then
every.
then some, right? But
Yeah.
literally nobody was in October. My father-in-law's in October.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah. But like not our obviously he's family, but not like,
yeah, he doesn't count. I mean, no offense, love him, but
he
like,
doesn't count.
Yeah,
You don't count.
He doesn't count. There's no
Um,
like. I mean, I don't get together with the birthday celebration for him. You know what I mean? It's like I know you guys do, but like I don't know. But
You
yeah,
know-
it's really cool. I was like, okay,
Okay.
did
Watch
it.
you go until November. It would be just like you
no.
and your children.
No, yeah, right.
Stubborn.
She's like, haha, wait until November because you want me to come in October.
Yeah. Dad has a birthday in November. So.
Yes, exactly. So that wouldn't work.
Yeah. October it is.
Yes.
Anyway, so those are some ideas on if you have little mousy problems. But Tegan like brought up a good point because we had talked about it in the garden, but we never talked about it for anywhere else. So obviously cleaning up, getting a deterrent, either chickens or cats, and then Irish Spring soap if still like you're like, what the fuck is happening?
See, and I'm 100% gonna go with the whole chickens. Like, if you don't have either and you're thinking about one or the other, but you don't want to get both, because the chickens not only will eat the mice, but they'll clean up too. See, that they
But
clean
they
all
also
the
but they
shit
disturb stuff.
or all the
Cats
food.
cats won't like
Yeah, cats they
disturb
they won't
the
disturb things. They won't go in there and
like
eat all
chickens
the
are
oats.
scratching and moving things
I
around.
mean, chickens are
But
just
like
they're
a lot
fabulous
of
when it
people
comes to
don't
that.
like the chickens because they just poop everywhere.
So clean the poop up. It's okay. It's not going to attract mice. That's for damn sure.
And like
I mean,
if
cats
it's just
poop.
well like on like you clean it up and you throw it in your compost and then it's good for your garden.
Yeah, no, it's hands down chickens. Like
Hands
and
down chickens.
like and that's
Get
one
them.
reason that I mean, I know we don't have a mouse problem because of our chickens. I had those couple in my house, and it's only because my house cats
And
like
because they were
suck.
fleeing from the outside
They
chickens.
were fleeing.
Like,
They were like,
please
okay,
help us.
we found a safe spot.
And the
I was
cats
like,
are
get the
like,
fuck out.
I don't know. I think it's so funny because your cats are like, no, mom doesn't let us eat things in the house. Like,
Yeah, no, no. Well, they're right. They're right. I
They
mean,
are-
we've
they are
we've
right.
had like pet rats and the birds and stuff, and
yeah, exactly.
they're like, no, don't touch that. Mom will lose it on you.
Yeah, they're trying to be good kitties. You're all like, eat it. They're all like, I don't know what to do. I'm so conflicted.
So confused.
We yeah, we don't have, like I said, we don't have a mouse problem anymore. We used to just in our feed barn,
Mhm.
and now it's totally gone. But like I said, it's because of the chickens. And
Yep.
you know what's funny though is I never really thought about it until Tegan said something. Because I was
That
like
you
talking.
don't have a mouse problem in your barn, or that you did. What
No,
do
no,
you
no.
mean? Oh.
I never thought about that it was the chickens that were like the ultimate like helper of that problem.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, chickens
I
are
like
amazing.
until I was talking to her and
Yeah.
I was like, actually, we stopped having that problem. Like, because
Yeah.
I was like,
right when I let the chickens in the
right
barn.
when not,
Yeah.
I didn't let them. They just, you know how chickens they were like, we're living here now, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, fuck. I guess I'll put up some roosting posts for you. There you go. So yeah, but it was like right when that happened, like when they were like,
Yeah, and it's good to mention though when we say get chickens, they're going to take care of your mouse problem. Obviously, if you have chickens locked up permanently, they can't help you with your mouse problem, so they have to be free ranging.
that's a wonderful, obvious point.
Yes, and it seems very obvious to me, but I wasn't sure it was obvious to all of our listeners because sometimes that kind of
See, and
shit's
I
not.
had chickens. I've always had chickens.
Yeah.
But I still had a mouse problem in our feed barn because said chickens, they weren't like going in there on a regular basis.
Right.
So once they decided they wanted, and like, because it's like, I'm trying to, it's open from the one side, so they can go in and out at their leisure, right?
Yes.
At their leisure,
At
Sherry.
their leisure. Yes.
But like, they just weren't going over there until
Yeah.
they were.
Right. Until they were. Until they did. Yes. Yeah. So
So-
obviously your chickens have to be like completely free ranging for them to help you with mouse problems all around your farm because they can be in any kind of little outbuilding anywhere that the mouse can make a bed or find food. That's where they can be, which is literally anywhere. So
So we were at, sorry, we have to like pass the microphone back and
yeah,
forth.
it's so obnoxious. I fucking hate it so
Super
much.
fun. Anyways, we were at the kids' last show and there was a gal there and she has like property and like horses, but she had mentioned, I overheard, and I don't really know her well, but I overheard her saying like, oh, I'm getting little guinea hen chicks today, and so I'm like thinking, I was like,
Have you heard the noise
yeah,
those
that's what
make?
so I was like standing there.
Let me
and,
enlighten
yeah,
you.
I did. I even pulled up a YouTube video.
I was
But I was
yeah,
like,
good.
I was like, oh, I heard that you got some guinea hens. That's exciting. She's like, yeah, my horse got bit by a rattlesnake, and so because I heard that the guinea hens eat rattlesnakes. I was like, they do that. I was like, and they're very, very good at keeping predators
There's also
away.
lots of the things they do that are quite obnoxious.
I was like, but have you ever heard a guinea hen's noise? Have you ever heard it? And she's like, they make noise? I was like, they do make noise.
it's quite loud, quite
And I was
obnoxious.
like- I was
How
like,
many?
"Here, I'm gonna-"
Did you ask her how many she got?
She got like 8 or something.
Okay, yeah,
And-
that's a bad idea.
And she
It's a
was
bad
like,
idea.
are you kidding me? She's like, I hate noises. I was like, these birds are not for you then. I was like,
Sell them immediately.
I was like, I'm not trying to deter you, obviously. Like, I don't want your horses being bit by rattlesnakes.
we'll just get chickens.
Exactly. But I was like, I think chickens would be a better option if you hate the noises. Guinea hens are very much there. Like if they hear like a noise, they will like or a predator, they'll like run over to it. Like if it's a coyote, they'll jump right in its mouth, you know? They're
Yeah,
just
yeah, and they are quite intimidating, especially when they're in a pack and they're making that awful
they make
noise,
it's so loud.
and it's just so fucking loud and obnoxious. But it is very um. See now
Intimidating.
you're affecting me in my
I
brain.
said the
Yeah, you did.
word.
Anyways, yeah, it is intimidating to like a predator. I've seen our guinea hen little pack is like chased off a fox before the dog was like, or we have one that's locked up right now because he's been naughty and trying to escape. But before the one could make it over there because he was like taking a nap during the day, and our guinea hens like ran the fox off like no, you get off this
And
property.
they'll circle like
I mean,
snakes.
yeah, no, and if you watch a
Even
guinea
good
hen,
snakes, though, they don't know what's a
yes,
bad snake and
they're
what's a
just
good
going
snake,
to
so
eat it
they're all
and kill
like,
it.
"Oh, look, it's a king
I mean,
snake."
same thing with chickens though, but the guinea hen keats, the babies, they're much more like distracted by things like in their vision, whereas a baby chicken is not nearly as I'm gonna kill that. Like if you put like a couple bugs in with guinea hen keats, they are I mean ravenously chasing those poor little bugs. Whereas
Poor little
the
bugs.
baby chickens, they're kind of like, what?
Yeah.
What? Like they're not really all there yet. Whereas it's kind of an incredible difference. So I would say they are definitely better. The guinea fowl is definitely better than the chickens, but you have to be prepared for that noise. Like it is unreal.
If you have like close neighbors, you have to hate them.
When we don't, our poor neighbors that are the closest to us on the one side of the property.
And they're like uphill, so you know all that's it's like
Oh no,
like, you know,
I'm
it's
not.
like
I'm not talking about those neighbors. I was talking about Mike and Darla next door. But they are the sweetest couple. His wife she's partially deaf, so I'm sure that helps us a lot.
yeah.
It
It's like a
does.
win-win,
It's a
right?
win-win because like they don't have any kids. They have no animals.
I mean, it's not a win-win for her, but
It's a win-win for her to not have to listen to those
yeah.
noises. And like all of our circus over here, like it's crazy. And all the things and the kids we have and all the animals. But like, yeah, with a guinea fowl, you have to be prepared. And it's not only when they see a predator. They don't just make that noise. It's anytime. Like the guinea fowl, they hate my husband. I don't know why. So like he pulls
Which
in
is so weird.
which is so weird because
everything loves him.
thank you, especially
Usually.
birds.
Yeah.
Usually, like he loves the chickens. The chickens are like you are our feeder, even though the girls feed them on a daily basis.
He must have like pissed them off, and now they're like he's the enemy. You know,
It's weird,
it is weird.
and so they will like he pulls in, and they'll run over from wherever they are, and they like gather around him. They're like like yelling at him, and it sounds like a huge group of like just really angry women, just like hollering at the top of their lungs, and like. Oh my God! I have to get it on video.
You do.
It is
That's
so
such
funny.
A good,
So my
that's a
point
good
is like
idea.
it's don't just think like, oh well, we don't have predators that often. They're not going to make that much noise. No, and they
When they go to sleep
yeah,
before bed, they're
no
like,
one knows.
"This is our everything's okay alarm."
Yes, and it's the same fucking noise though, and it's just like the most
If they
obnoxious
see a predator,
noise.
if they think they see a predator, if they think somebody else saw a predator, if they're all like, "Oh, 2 properties over, we heard a kid yelling," they're like
anything,
it
and
will
it's
trigger
all
them.
day. It's all day.
Trigger them, and they'll just this
Oh
noise.
God.
So if you've never heard a guinea hen, please, or guinea fowl in general, please look it up on YouTube. It is quite eye-opening, and wait for it, because it'll probably start off like the video, and you're like, oh, that's not bad, and then it gets to a point.
It's the crescendo.
It is, and because they have to like get there, it's like starts off like very like, and it's like, and then they're like, and they're just like yelling at you, like, okay, we get it.
You're fucking loud. Good. Okay, good.
They
will give them. I will give them they are very, very hardy. So they originate from
Yes.
Africa. They're talking just incredibly hardy birds. They can withstand really high heat. And I know that there's quite a few people who have them that live in the snow and shit, and they're actually fine in that, which you wouldn't think. But anyways, really hardy birds. They don't need a ton of care. Ours are basically feral. Another interesting point about them is like, even as babies, like you cannot make these things nice. You cannot bond with them. We have tried, believe me. And I mean, it's weird. Like how like you bond with baby chickens and they like become nicer and nicer and nicer until they like absolutely love you. It's like guinea hens they'll continue to run from you, continue to be like, oh my God, your hand's the devil. And like, they're scared. It's very fucking weird. But yeah, but they do serve a good purpose. But you have to be prepared for their noises. It just, yeah, absolutely incredible.
I was just making sure. I was like, are they from Africa?
Yes.
I don't know. Because guinea hens, you think like New Guinea.
No.
Like, off of
It's
Australia.
guinea fowl. A hen is a
Sorry,
female.
guinea. I always say guinea hen
I
because,
know,
like,
I
it's
do,
just,
I do too. It's easy.
yeah. And
It's what's in your brain.
it's what's in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that's what's coming out. Anyways, so yes, so that's a good, if you don't want chickens, and we don't like, you don't, beyond being like a predator deterrent, the guinea fowl aren't, it's not like you collect eggs and stuff. Like, I guess you could, but it's like, again,
No,
how
don't.
they don't like how they
No.
have like your chickens. And
Yeah, no.
they're like
No.
Sherry said, they're very feral.
Very feral. And even we've had several lay like clutches and like hatch them. They are the worst parents. Just awful, terrible. And you would think they're not going to be, right? You're like, oh, that guinea hen, and this is a hen, obviously sitting on freaking eggs. She's gonna hatch those babies. Sure enough, she hatches. There's like fucking 15 of them. Very cute, very very tiny, and they're all striped. It's very very cute. And then she's like, okay, and we're off. And she just like runs away. And then like the babies are like trying to follow her, and they're like literally maybe at 2 inches tall. They're so tiny, and obviously they're not going to be able to keep up with her because she's like fucking the Flash.
Well, it
And-
makes sense why they're so hardy, though.
Well-
Like, because they have to be. All the weak ones die,
Well-
and all like the super strong ones are like, "We got you, mom." They're like hanging on to her tail feathers with their beaks.
Literally, it's absolutely incredible. It's in a bad way to watch them. You're just like, so we've tried before to like we gather all the babies because the moms are just like goodbye, and they're not at all like, oh, I'm gonna protect my babies. It's so weird. So, anyways, we've gathered babies, and
Should I tell her to let her in?
no, it's bad. It's a bad baby.
It's bad.
Speaking of bad
Baby.
babies,
bad baby.
she's like at the door screaming. Sean's like, should I let it in? No, we should not let it in.
It wants in.
And then what?
Don't let it in.
Yeah, exactly. You even thought
Um,
this through. Like, I'm gonna let it in. And you're like, no.
It loves the microphones.
It loves.
It does. Anyways, so yeah, so fall organization, cleaning out your barns and shit, cleaning out your pens. Like I said, checking on shit. We have it pretty easy. Like, we do have to get ready for power outages because it's just our life. But beyond that, it's nothing like crazy. And like
Yeah.
even like our storms, like they're pretty. Oh, the one thing though that I am gonna do because I like I'm clumsy. I have like mom's like affliction of just being like, I don't even know, like not paying attention to wherever my feet are.
Mm.
And
Sounds like a problem.
but in the winter, like when it's raining and stuff and everything's like slippery, like, and there's shit everywhere, like clean up your tools and stuff, like your garden tools, like just put everything away. Obviously it keeps them from rusting, but that also like helps you from killing yourself. Because like
Excellent point.
honestly though,
Yeah.
like you don't like think about it now because
Yeah,
like
for sure.
everything's like bright and sunny and you're walking around, but when
Yeah.
it's like dark and rainy and you don't see the fucking hoe on the ground and you step on it and you like are like a Three Stooges movie when it beams you right in the forehead, like it fucking sucks. It's not fun for anybody. It's not funny at the time.
Only you and mom. Only you and mom.
It's so annoying. Anyways, because like honest, like finished our chicken tractor as another chicken coop, but like he left the tools everywhere. Just everywhere. Okay? And then plus like on top of the chicken tractor there's like a bunch of shit and like it's like the corrugated metal for the top. It's like
Mm.
sharp as fuck and I'm like I'm getting tetanus from this, like I know it. It's so annoying. So anyways, cleaning up that kind of stuff because obviously in the winter things are much more harder to navigate than when you're just like, it's a summer day and you're frolicking outside. Like it's much easier to be all like, look, there's a hoe on the ground. And then like your grass grows over things.
I was gonna say it's also harder to even just clean up in general once you've let it like rain a few times
I
and then like
know.
the grass grows up around it. It's slippery as fuck. There's dirt all over it and leaves, and then you're like, wait, what is that in the grass right there, right? And then you're like, oh fuck, there's like 50 tools right at my
I
feet right here.
know.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a very good point. Very, very good point.
It is a good point. I
Yeah.
I literally was like telling the kids, I was like, we're walking around the property and we're cleaning up everything, not just so we don't trip on it, but when Dad starts with the ride-on mower, and obviously you can't go over tools on the ride-on mower.
Right. Yes.
It does not go well.
No.
So I was like, we need to get all that up now because once the grass starts growing, you're fucked.
Yeah. Exactly. 100%.
So, anyway, so think about things that are like for your area. Like I know it's kind of hard to be like obviously tell the future, but if you can be like, okay, this is what caused me distress last year, or distress,
Yeah.
or like so the one thing that gets me every fucking year is that one of the indoor pens will be leaking when it rains. And
Oh
you
my
don't know that
God.
it's going to
I
leak
know.
until it's raining.
Yes.
And then you're like,
Yes.
it's leaking. So we just had like a couple weeks ago, it was like raining. And I was like, okay, the Nige pen is leaking. Like we have to fix it beforehand. We still haven't. But we're gonna do it. We're going to do it. But like,
it's gonna happen.
it's so annoying. And then obviously like shoring up any like drafts and stuff from your pens. Like our Nige pen is so fucking annoying. Like I fucking hate it. I could burn it down.
I want to burn, my husband's sitting there yesterday. We were talking over at the boys' place, and we're just outside, like, just talking, and both the boys are out there and stuff, and Dad comes over, and, like, Juan brings up how, like, over on it would be the left side from where we were sitting, and he's like, that looks like crap over there, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, it looks like crap because if those pens have been falling apart because they're old, and they just need to be fucking taken down and, like, completely disposed of, put up new fucking shit. And then he just like stares at me, just like I'm like speaking like a foreign language. Like, okay, what the fuck ever. Like, that's why it looks like crap. Like, if you just like, if we were to take it down.
I'm constantly amazed at the males in our lives that think things just last forever.
Forever.
You're going to put something up, and that is that it's made out of wood. It will never rot.
Okay, even if it's made out of metal, it's going to eventually look bad. Okay? It's going to eventually be to the point where you have to replace it. And like the pens I'm speaking of, like those have probably been up for at least 15 years. At least. And so
that's a long time.
That's a fucking long
like,
time.
Think of even
it's
your
too
fencing.
long.
Like your fencing doesn't last forever.
Exactly.
Like you have to redo your fencing every once in a while.
It's
otherwise
so
you're
weird.
like us and you put up baby gates and stuff like to patch up holes in said fence.
Yeah, Lorenzo totally took all that down. You saw it, right?
Yeah, it looks really good.
It looks really good. He put up a hog panel like a normal person. He's like 18. He's like, I'm gonna fix that because my mom fucking sucks at it. Thank you. So, anyways, it is weird. And why do they think it lasts forever?
I don't know.
Why do they think the things last forever?
Because like my husband constantly like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to buy a new. I can't even think of something. Whatever. Like I have to buy a new whatever, and he's like, why? We have one.
Well, it's 25 years old.
And I was like,
so,
we literally had it before we even got married. Like, whatever the thing is, like we got passed down from us. It wasn't even like new when we got it,
Right.
And he's just like, and he's so like furious about having to get a new whatever thing. And I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, what do you want from me? Like, either go fucking whittle one or I'm going to purchase one. Fucking Home Depot. Like, those are your options.
You better whittle real fast, though, okay?
And
Because
really,
I need
really
it
well.
by tomorrow.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just crazy to me.
I don't
'Cause
know.
Dad does the same thing.
Oh
Dad does the
yeah.
same
Dad
thing.
is the same exact way.
He's the
Yes.
same way. He's just
Yes.
like, why are we getting a new one? He's like, just use it until it breaks. It's broken. It's been broken 5 years now.
Check. Already done that. It's good. Throwing it away in the trash. Getting a new one.
I could our Nige pen because it was originally a chicken coop, like that we got from somebody. Okay, so whenever you move like something like a chicken coop that's made out of wood and wire, it doesn't move well in the first place. But it was supposed to be a temporary.
Yeah.
Temporary.
It's always temporary, Shoma. It's always temporary.
It was supposed to be a temporary living.
Yeah.
Little night pen for the Niges. It wasn't supposed to be long term. Okay, I can deal with temporary. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we put it in there, and then we put we went and we got okay, because my husband's super cheap. Everybody knows it's fine. It's fine. We're over it. Okay. So we went and we got when they at like business parks and stuff like that, and they throw away like pallets and like
Yeah,
those
yeah.
big wood thingies, but they're like the big wood pieces. They're not. It's not like wood that's going to last longer than 2 years. It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
no.
peels off. Like
Yes,
you know what I'm talking
yes,
about?
yes.
Okay. So we got those for the sides of it to like enclose it because it was just chicken wire, and so
Right.
we got that for the sides, and then we put this big old board that I don't even know where he got it. It was like used for some construction thingy, like on top, and then okay, I hate it. I hate it. It's already falling apart. Like it's always leaking. The boards are already peeling. It's like breezy. Like our Nigerians are supposed to live in there. Like for like they obviously have their pasture, but I'm saying like when it rains or like at night,
Right,
like
right.
and then when it's cold, like that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like you go sleep in it.
Yeah, right.
Tell me
Yeah,
what you think.
seriously. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just so fucking over it. I'm so over it. So over it. So I'm gonna burn it down, and we're building a new one. It's the only way.
You're like, "Oh, so the pen caught on fire." And he's like, "What?" You're like, "Yeah, it caught fire." No, I don't know how.
Right to the ground.
But it's gone. It's burned. Yeah, I just watched it. Just burned to the ground. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get a new one, buy a new one, build a new one. Don't care.
Don't care.
But the other one's gone.
I literally could. I could.
Yeah, you should. You should.
I could.
It'd be swell.
It would be swell.
And you should record it.
Very normal
Yeah.
things. Like I don't have any mental problems. This is totally fine. When you burn something to the ground that you despise, totally normal.
I would say that's normal. I mean,
I would say that's
I
normal.
don't know.
Burning it all. Yeah. So anyway, so I have a lot to get done, even though like I say like we have it pretty easy here. Like I still have like a shit ton to do.
Oh yeah, no, our sorry. I'm like,
Beyond like my fall
up
garden
until,
that
like,
still
4
needs to be planted.
a.m. So awful.
Ew.
Anyways, I know I just couldn't sleep. I just was so fidgety and oddly like restless.
You're gonna have your baby soon. I really thought you're gonna have your baby before this, and you keep on being all like, you know, and I'll look at you and I'll be like, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "I'm uncomfortable." I'm like, "Oh, she's gonna have her baby. She's gonna have her baby. It's happening any day now."
Any day
And
now.
I've been saying that for like 2 weeks,
You have.
and I think you're
know.
being selfish.
You're like, so go already. Go into labor because it's 100% your
Actually,
choice.
I don't want you going in labor right
no,
now.
no. We have to get through the party.
We have a Halloween party tomorrow, and it's our annual Halloween party. And
And
it's a
then we
big deal.
also have
And
I
my
wanna get
mom's
through-
going with her to the hospital, and this is kind of selfish of me, but I don't want to have to do all the things.
You're like, so no. I take it all back. Well, and I also want to get to the kids' show on the 15th.
If you had your baby like the day after tomorrow, that would be fine. Because you'd probably you'd be home from the
Yeah.
hospital. You could do the kids show next week. It'd be fine.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
if you could, you
I-
hear that?
I know. I was telling Dea, I was like, she has certain windows that she can come.
Yeah.
Windows of opportunity. She may arrive. You know, her
She does.
debut. But like,
She
there's
does.
other times where you just cannot. No, sorry.
But it's not like she has lots of windows. She has lots of options. You know, like we're just like don't.
Well, she can't come. Well, she can't come now until after the party. So after tomorrow, and then she only
could
has a
tomorrow
couple
night.
days.
Like
tomorrow-
late
no, she
tomorrow night.
cannot.
Why? If you went to the hospital, like we had our Halloween party, we had a great time. Then you're like, you know what? I'm in labor. I am going to trot off to the hospital.
Trot off. Here I go. And then she has a window for a couple days between tomorrow night and Saturday. But see, it's only like what? That's only like a couple days. It's only what, like 4 days, 3 days, because I
Between-
want to. Because Saturday is the show. Next Saturday.
Oh.
And then Halloween. I know. I forbid her to ruin Halloween.
If she's born on Halloween, I'm changing her name.
No, she's not. I already told her. We already had a long discussion about it. Like, she cannot ruin it. My kids will, like, they'll be so mad at me. So
It'd be
mad.
cool to have a birthday on Halloween. That'd be super fun.
Not for me.
Yeah, for me it would.
Okay, no, I'm not asking you.
I
Well,
know.
it's cool for you. Like, I want to be able to trick or treat my fucking kids.
Yeah, I'm
Don't wanna
saying
ruin
after
anything.
this birthday, all of her other birthdays would be super fun. And
It
she
would
could
kind-
always have like a fun costume themed party. That's so fun.
No, my
Yes.
kids would forever remember the day she was born. Been like, you ruined it. No, I'm already like, freaking out about, making sure Legend's not overly jealous. I got him a couple gifts. Got the girls a few things. Baby sister's getting you gifts. That kind of shit. But like, I'm still like, oh my god, she's gonna ruin something. She's gonna fucking ruin something because she is my child.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can already tell she's contrary.
Well, if it helps, none of your other kids ruined anything beyond like honest holidays.
You're right. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? Because she was really worried that Legend was gonna come on Daya's birthday, and Daya was like, I don't want to share my birthday. Like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want him to come. And so Daya was the 10th of April, and he was born the 17th, which is amazing.
It
But
was
then
perfect.
my
Yeah.
husband is literally the next day on the 18th, so
Yeah.
his birthday might get overlooked sometimes. And then Sherry's other daughter was born on January 7th, Corelli. And it's hilarious because that is it's like Orthodox Christmas, Serbian Christmas. My husband's Orthodox. And so it just and so now we have Christmas and Corelli's birthday. So my husband always it's like a running joke. He's always like,
Okay, in my defense though, I remember when Corelli, when I was going to when I'm like, very close to giving birth to her and stuff, and he told me you can't have her this day because my sister or whatever. Remember, Nina used to live like
yeah,
out of state.
yeah, in Washington.
Okay, so like you can't have her these days because Nina's coming in,
And you didn't.
and I didn't, and then I never forget when he came to the hospital to see her. He's like, "You had to ruin Serbian Christmas," and I'm just like, "What the fuck? I didn't ruin the other days, so like."
Yeah.
Those are the only. You didn't say anything on January 7th. Yes, I knew about it, but you technically didn't say anything
Yeah.
about it. Okay.
So Corelli
So-
didn't know either.
That's right. That's right. Neither one of us knew.
She probably would have flipped you off through the womb anyway, so it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, we have lots of exciting things coming up beyond our homesteads getting shit done. So super fun, super stressful, and amazing. I feel like
I have to get so much done. I'm just like completely in denial.
well, you're gonna have a baby. You're gonna have like another human. Like, yeah.
No, I mean not just for her, but like all the outside stuff. The chicken coop needs to be cleaned out. It's just like so much stuff needs to be done.
That's why you had 1,000 children.
No, I know, but like
Like you can't go clean out a chicken coop
no, and obviously I'm not going to. And Dea already said that she would, but it's just like
unless you want to have your baby today.
I know,
then, like,
right?
You should go do it.
I know, seriously.
No, I'm like, so this year has been like fucked. I feel like in terms of
But I feel like we say that every year.
no, this
Not
year
into a microphone because we weren't doing this. Well, we haven't
yes
doing
we
this for
have
a year.
no,
but
this year has been fucked for like the busyness outside of our home. Like I feel like I'm never home to do things this year.
right.
It's been so stressful trying to get stuff done. Even stupid stuff like I need to make pickled jalapenos, like for certain people and stuff. Like even easy things, like it's so difficult to get done.
People who were making.
I was making because it was Dane's birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna make him. He likes
your
jalapenos.
father-in-law. I was gonna say, tell him to go fuck themselves, and they can
No.
make their own pickled jalapenos.
Hey, father-in-law. So no,
This is what I was told to tell you. Happy
No.
fucking birthday.
I don't know. It's just been so stressful with I need to I don't know. I need to change something about how I do things. I hate schedules. It's like how people work on schedules.
Yeah, well, most people do. We are the abnormal when it comes to that, for sure.
Okay, so I'm realizing, like literally
That you're
just
not normal?
yesterday, that we are abnormal in most ways.
Yes.
Like we're not the normal ones. Like how everybody else like lives their life. Like nobody else, everybody else is like this is normal, and I'm like, what? No, I'm the normal one. Like what are you talking about?
You're the freak, okay?
But
we're
no,
the normal
like
ones.
yesterday, I'm like listening. We were at dinner at my in-laws' house, and they're like talking and stuff, and I'm like just kind of zoning out, and I'm like, I think my family's abnormal.
You're like, it's just dawning on me just now.
Because like when we have dinners, like it's chaos, and like usually when we have people over, they're like, oh, you guys should be on TV, like your family's hilarious, and we want you to adopt us. And I was just always like, oh, everybody says that when they go over. It's just something nice to say. But like
You probably should have asked yourself, have I ever said that to anyone that I've gone over to their house for dinner?
Well,
No.
like,
Okay.
And when you go over, I don't know. Okay, so you go over to other dinners, and like people like sit there and they talk about the most boring shit, and they just like talk, and it's like I don't know, like just like I don't about just random just life stuff, and you're just like, is this what everybody talks about? Like, this is what we do at dinners? Like, Jesus.
Where's the mayhem? Where's the chaos? I don't see it.
I thrive on it, I like when we
Yeah.
have like dinners together and everyone's like laughing and joking, kids are like crawling across the ceiling, like I'm like, this is fun. This is what everybody does. This is totally normal. This is how everybody lives their life. And I didn't realize that wasn't until and I'm 40.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
So yeah, so I had an epiphany yesterday.
That's fun though.
Yeah, that we are
Yeah.
not a normal family.
Yeah, and honestly, like I have said to you before that we should be recording everything because like it is so funny and it's so weird, right? Like I know we don't think we're weird, but we're super weird. Our family's super
I
weird,
know, but like you
and
never.
so
But again, like you just thought like that's how we grew up. So it was like this is normal. This is normal. But you'd go to your friend's house. I'm like, you guys are weird.
kids are boring as fuck. Okay,
Like why are you guys just sitting around the dinner table like staring at each other like Jesus? Like
yeah, freaks. Yeah,
come on, somebody throw something.
pie. You have pie. Throw it.
Why is your grandma not swearing? Like what's happening, grandma? Like it's weird. But like apparently,
What's really, really funny, I think we mentioned before, is that I feel like one of the reasons like that we do have so much fun and we are so weird is because of our swearing, and it just amplifies everything, right? Literally everything.
it's
And like,
definitely a part of it. I wouldn't say
yes,
it's like why. I think
no, not
I
why,
think
but like
we're.
it's funny that we did not swear when we were younger.
It is
That's what's
weird.
funny.
It is weird.
It's like I mean, not at all, like at all. I mean, I don't even actually remember ever hearing dad actually swear. Maybe once or twice in my whole youth.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, I swear so much, and my kids swear so much, and it's like so funny, like that. And now,
But see, we still had like hilarious family dinners, and nobody was like,
no, our family dinners are nothing. Shauna,
Yes,
we were
I.
eating peas. Okay,
What the fuck?
we were eating
We were
peas.
eating peas.
Yes, boring, steamed peas.
No,
That
I remember.
we were
like,
the boring
I remember.
as fuck family.
No, I remember very. No, you're wrong because I remember very often our friends would come over, and like to this house, and like we were teenagers.
Oh, this house. Okay, we weren't eating peas in this house. And I'm
What
talking
is
about.
wrong?
I'm
What's
talking
with you
about
and peas? You
because
sound
they're
like you're having
boring.
a stroke.
Okay? No, because they're boring as
You're
fuck
like,
and
we weren't
gross.
eating peas. Yeah.
And they were steamed.
We were funny in this house. No, like I remember specifically, like dad and mom, like
Yeah.
chasing each other around the house and being weird, and our friends were being like, "What's happening?" And be like, "No, this is normal. You're weird."
Your parents don't touch each other? No,
Yeah.
no. Okay.
Yeah. So like
no
I don't know.
profanities.
I don't know. So I just wanted to share my epiphany I had.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's a good epiphany. And I have told you before, we should be recording it all.
I know, but then
But
that
the
seems
problem
so like
is
fake when you put the camera on. Then you have to be all like,
no, because see, if
Like,
the
not-
camera,
like, you have to-
very
I don't
similar to
know,
how
it's
this
weird.
podcast started out and how we epically sucked in the first couple episodes.
yeah,
Okay, that's how it would be.
yeah.
That's just it's a learning curve, right? The camera's on, you tell people
Well,
to
it's not.
ignore
It's
it,
not.
and
It's
eventually
not,
they do, and eventually
yeah,
it's like
it just
they're
becomes like where you
part of
don't
it.
even feel like the camera's
Exactly.
there, like, the microphones. Like I remember when I first got a microphone, I felt so like newsy and like I should be like singing like a jazz ditty.
Jazz. Did
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
How was that? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. Sherry,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I would. It was the microphone when we first started was like super. I don't know
Awkward.
why, but intimidating almost. It's like
Yes,
a
yes.
piece of.
Well, that's what it would feel like if we
fucking
started
metal,
putting like
but you're
a
just,
camera
like-
up during like
Yeah.
family dinners. People would be like, "On my best behavior. How's my hair look?" It wouldn't be all.
Well, we would just scratch those, and then
scratch
eventually,
those.
everyone would be like, okay, the camera's just there, and I'm over trying to be like, look, whatever, right?
I guess
We would just have to get mom over the fact of like the house being like messy in the background.
that would be hard.
Yeah,
That would be the biggest hurdle.
we could do it in secret.
in secret. Have
Yeah.
a secret. I don't think that's legal.
A secret camera
Yeah.
from our mom.
Yeah, it's not legal.
Okay, she's
She has
fine.
to
What's
know
she gonna
she's
do?
being
Sue
recorded.
us?
Yeah, we can put it something really tiny, like up in the window. We'll have like in small print. You're being recorded.
In a different language.
It'll be in Japanese.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine. Anyways, we are at the end of our episode today. But thank you guys all so much.
Yes, thank you.
Before we go, we do want to mention that our Patreon is officially out. It's you can go to Patreon. And the link will be in the
Show notes.
show notes. I was gonna say bio. I was like, that's not right. But it's Porch Talks with our kind of homesteading.
Yes. Just we didn't want you guys it's not homesteading at all related, but we didn't want you guys getting confused because I don't know. We've already.
Yeah, it was confusing. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're confusing ourselves now.
I know.
Whatever. So if you would like to go check that out, please do so. It's super fun. Other than that,
Yeah. Leave a review if you could for our kind of homesteading. Those help us out a ton, and I know we've said that to you before, and we still don't have many reviews, so disappointed.
disappointed. Oh,
I'm
we do
joking. It's
have
I
we
know
do
it's
have a
annoying
few.
to have to
Yeah.
go on and be like, boo, 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 boo.
Yeah, it
I'm
is
saying
annoying.
my
I
thoughts,
never
you
leave
know. I
reviews.
would like, yeah, seriously. So, anyways, but if you could, we'd love you forever. You'd be swell. And
Swell.
thank you
Swell.
for watching, listening, and we will talk to you, or yes, we will talk to you next week. I was like, or.
Will we talk to you? Will you talk to us? Somebody's talking to somebody. It'll be great. We'll see you. Well, no, we won't see you. You'll see us. We'll talk to you next week.